What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at number 83 in the G.I. Joe Classified series. This is Tunnel Rat. Now, one thing I really miss about the old G.I. Joe packaging from the original line are the foul cards. Because in this case, on the front of the box, unlike some of the other releases that I've seen, they don't include Tunnel Rat's real name. But referring back to the old foul card, we can see that his name is Nicky Lee, and he is an EOD specialist. This is another figure that I had when I was a child, so there is that nostalgia factor, so I was pretty excited to get this guy. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at his accessories. Tunnel Rat includes a backpack, a knife with a blade that's painted silver, a pretty massive machine gun, quad night vision goggles, a revolver, 2 lights with green paint to simulate the lenses, and a satchel that can be placed around his neck. The 2 lights can be pegged into the top of the backpack so Tunnel Rat can see when he's crawling through tunnels to reach enemy territory. So you can have 1 or 2 plugged in, take them out, have them holding one, whatever you want to do with them. The backpack is also nicely detailed, and it pegs in securely to the back of the figure. The machine gun has a bipod with independently moving arms and also an ammo case that plugs into the bottom. I like the green deco that was added. Gives it some nice contrast so that it's not just a solid black. That gets kind of boring looking at weapons like that. Now, looking at the figure, they really stayed true to the original release in 1987. I think Hasbro's finally learned that collectors don't necessarily want reimagined versions of characters like we saw in the first wave, where a lot of them had the gold armor plates and the futuristic weapons. In recent waves, we're really seeing them stick more closely to the original character designs, and in some cases they even went back and did redesigns and re-release characters like we saw with Firefly, Roadblock. Those are 2 examples, and we're even getting another Duke coming out in the future, so it's good to see that Hasbro's have kind of learned their lesson and they're going back to their roots and what made them successful. Now, Tunnel Rat has quite a bit of detail. He has knee pads, thigh pouches, a silver belt buckle, fingerless combat gloves with plates on the knuckles, and those are painted green with brown on the plating. He has a sheath for his knife, an ammo belt that you can place around his chest or take off, a chest harness with a holster for his revolver. There's also a grenade that's molded into the harness. He does have his Joe Pro communicator, but I can kind of live with that. There's also a scarf wrapped around his neck, and the head sculpt features a bandana. The paint applications are well done with designs on his arms and face. He has a patch on his left shoulder that's nicely painted and detailed. I really like the different colors they used on this figure. It helps it stand out, while also being discreet enough to be believable for combat gear. Interestingly enough, Tunnel Rat's a bit shorter than other figures, but this is as it should be. The character is shorter, which allows him to fit through tight spaces even while wearing a lot of gear, so glad to see that they kept that attention to detail in play. Overall, I really like this figure. I love the amount of accessories that he comes with. As always, my only real complaint here is that we don't get swap out hands. I still would like for every figure to include at least a pair of fisted hands, but it doesn't look like Hasbro's going to do that anytime soon. Even still, I do recommend this figure as he's a textbook example of bringing a classic character into a modern day 6-scale format. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is this something that you plan on picking up, or is this a hard pass? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and as always, thanks for your support. I'll see you on the next video.